We need to talk. Don't worry, it's not you, it's all me. It is so cold. So first I want to apologize. I want to apologize because I have not posted any videos in months. Second of all, this video here will not have any Fusion 360 tips or tricks. So if that's what you're looking for, sorry, you gotta wait for the next video. This is more an attempt to explain what have happened. So about 3 or 4 months ago, there was a change up at Autodesk. So there's a guy named Steve Hooper who was part of the business strategy and marketing team who moved over and became the GM for Fusion 360. Now I know Steve pretty well and he's an awesome guy and he's gonna do great stuff for Fusion 360. But as he moved over, as many times in bigger companies like Autodesk, it kind of moved things around a little bit. And I had an opportunity to go and lead a team. So I kind of moved back to a previous role I'd had at Autodesk, what is technical marketing. And then like with most new roles, it's a little bit like drinking from a fire hose, right? So when I started the new roles, kind of like just trying to absorb everything, figuring out who you should work with, what the priority is, and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of brought me in a struggle to create any kind of content. And honestly, I kind of like just decided to shut down for a little while. The little while became weeks, that suddenly became months, and then something really nice happened. And that was you guys started to kind of reaching out. So suddenly there was a forum post asking what happened to Lars, and David O'Brien did something really awesome over on the Fusion 360 Facebook page where he kind of like posted and people have been commenting, and it's kind of humbling, and I really appreciate all you guys who have been reaching out. Emails have been coming in asking, what the heck are you doing? Hope you're okay. And yes, I'm perfectly fine. And I'm kind of sorry that it have taken me this long to make this video. When I started doing the live streams, I made a point of answering every single comment that came in to my videos. And that was perfectly fine. I spent about an hour and a half every night around 8 o'clock sitting on the couch and just answering comments. But then you guys started finding me other places, like on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And then I gave out my email address for future topics, what meant that now I also got questions there. So it didn't take long before I started having trouble keeping up with all the questions. Now I have still been answering a lot of them, and I still do. I try to find as much time as I can to answer, but I can't answer them all. See, sometimes you get comments from people that are really long-winded and they have attached a couple of Fusion files to the email that they want you to go and download, and then you gotta upload them to Fusion and take a look at, and then probably read the email one more time to understand what you're looking at, and then try to come. That's a lot. Or like this morning where I got an email from Russell who sent me an email that he really appreciated the videos. Thank you, Russell. And that he has some problems with gears and if I want to help him. And that email might be a little bit vague. But then I start thinking about it and I start feeling a little bit bad. See, the guy who wrote the long email and attached the files and all that stuff, he really went through a lot to try to explain things and get help. And Russell, on the other hand, well, then I start wondering about what is it that Russell is really looking for, and remembering that the whole thing that started me creating these videos were to try to help people. You remember how in the beginning of this video I said that there would be no Fusion tips or tricks or anything? Well, if you've been watching this far, I lied. Ooh, it's nice to be back sitting here. So, Russell, I'm not quite sure exactly what you're looking for when you say you need help with gears, but I would recommend that you might go and pick up this book, the Machinery Handbook. Now this one here is the 26th edition. It's 2000. I bought this one used on eBay. All the gearing data in here is not going to be outdated, so to save yourself a few bucks by doing that. I should also say that it might be custom gears that you're working on that could be a little tricky, so you might have to do some research what type of gear you are doing. Now, I should also add that in livestream 110, we did a sprocket. So you could go and dig that one up and it might answer some of your questions in regard to gearing and how all this stuff works. One thing could also be to, let's go and open up a new document. Let's go and right click and create a new component. And let's just quickly create a base here. I'm gonna go up, create a center rectangle. Let's make this one 200 by 400. And let's hit Q for extrude. And just extrude up a little bit of a base here. I'm going to open another sketch on top of this face. And L for line. Just draw a line across. C for circle. I'm going to place a circle there. Circle there. D for dimension. And let's make this one 63 millimeters in diameter. Let's use the equal distance to make these two equal here. D for dimension. And let's go ahead here and make this 66. And let's go ahead here and just 66 times 2. Do a little bit of math there. And let's extrude those up. Oops, I made a mistake. It's going to be 32. All right, let's extrude these up. Let's make them also 25. And let's go out and let's just save this. That's fine. Let's go and insert, right click and say insert into current design. There is our sprocket. Let's just drag it out here, hit OK. And that was placed right inside this component. I'm just gonna drag it up on top so it comes outside. I had that activated. That was why the sprocket went inside of there, but I actually wanted in the top component. So I just dragged it out. I'm gonna do a select this one and Control C, Control V, and that's gonna copy it. So now we get 2 of these. All right, and let's just place these here. So I'm going to go over and do a joint. I'm going to select this center face here and this edge here. And I'm going to make sure revolute is on. That looks good. And let's do one more. Click here to the center of that one to there. And now we have that one there. Okay, now these have joined in here. And if you go and look at that, Russell, we will now see that, oops, let's just right click and ground the main base. So and now you will see that these gears are kind of spinning around on these two kind of studs we just created, right? So one of the things that you might look at is saying, all right, now I actually want to simulate how these two gears. You can see that this gear will hit the other gear as they go in there. So one might be tempted to use the enable context sets that you find under the assemble button. So if you're using context set, Fusion will literally calculate will solve everything. So when that one teeth come down and hit the other one, then it got to solve everything, including any joints and any dimensions, before it can do anything else. And that might just slow you down. One trick though, instead, is to go ahead and use the motion link here. So if I click on motion link and I get some components have been moved, that's because I was dragging these around. I'm just going to capture the position of it. Then I can select 2 joints. I can select these 2 center joints right here. And as soon as I do that, you will see that these gears are simulating the rotation. Now, of course, you wait. You can see that they're kind of like working against each other. But if you hit the reverse button over here, now it looks a little bit better. Now you can simulate that movement on how these gears maybe will hit each other. You might want to bring the center distance a little bit closer if you want to kind of like have it more real. I hope that was useful, Russell. So where is the channel gonna go from here? I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I knew I had to create this video to kind of like get on to season 2, if you will, of the channel here. And you know, I know that I still want to create some Fusion videos for you guys. It's probably not gonna be live streams. at least in the beginning, just because the live streams, you have to schedule them and be kind of consistent, and I can't guarantee that right now, but I definitely want to create some content. I definitely want to make sure that it comes up here that is useful for you in some kind of a format. Here's the thing, everything is good. Life is good, the family is good. I still want to create content that is useful for you as a Fusion user. So with that, well,